Hi friends, today we're gonna learn how to create pivot tables and analyze data. Here we go. Fine. Before we move on to how to create pivot tables, let us understand what is pivot table. Pivot means a shaft or pin on which something rotates. So basically in pivot table we can rotate data in order to view it from a different perspective. It automatically summarizes your data. You can slice and dice them in number of ways. In order to create pivot tables, we need data in certain format. Let us see what are those. First of all, if you see here, my data should be organized in a tabular format. So the data available to analyze into the pivot table needs to be in a regular table format. Then in that particular data there should not be any blank rows and columns, and that table should have the column headings. There should not be any blank column headings. All columns should have the headings. Okay, now let's move on to the data which we have here to analyze. Here I have collected sales data for the month, which gives me the different columns: serial number, salesperson, area, city, country, product and amount. So I have this data available till row number 63. This is a sample data. So if you have a large amount of data, you can easily calculate and summarize data using pivot tables. We will see how it is calculated. So first of all, we need to understand is how to create pivot table. Then after creating pivot table, how to analyze data using pivot table fields. Then how we can design the table format in a different way. So if you see this data here, then we have sales data for particular month, which says that a salesperson has sold goods in this particular area, in this city, in this country, and this product. So there may be a various reports which we can generate from this particular data. Say we need to have the sales by salesperson, the amount of sales by salesperson, the amount of sales by say area, by city, or maybe country, or if we need to know that what is the sale of a product for that particular month. So this is how all these reports which we are going to calculate in pivot tables, and we will see how to generate those tables. So as we saw in the beginning here, that in order to create pivot table, we need to see that the data should be in a table format and there should not be blank rows and must have column headings. And here in our data, if you see, there are column headings and all rows and columns are filled with the data. And the first thing what you need to do is you need to just make it in a table format. So in order to make in a simple table format, what you need to do is this: just click here in this anywhere in this data and insert, go to this insert tab and create a table. So this window will be generated here, which will select all the data along with the column headings, and you need to click OK. Here we go. So now this data has been selected in a table format. Now we have to create a pivot table using this data. How you will create that? In this insert tab here, just click here and see you have the option of pivot table here. So just click here on the pivot table. Here you go. You will get one window which will say that that particular range of data in table number 2 here, and you need to make this pivot table into the new worksheet. So we will click OK, and you get this sheet number 2 which has got the pivot table option. Now we will see how it works. Here in sheet number 2 you can see that on the left hand side there is a pivot table format, and on the right hand side there are different fields available based on which we will generate pivot tables. Here on this fields area, if you see, there are various options available. Here in this left hand side you can see that there are column headings which are there in our data. If you see this data, you will find this column headings: serial number, salesperson, area, city, country, product and amount. All this you will find in this pivot table fields. All these column headings are here. Then you have options here like on the right hand side, if you see the columns, rows and values. So we will see now how we can generate the different type of reports, different tables using this tool. Okay, now first we will select this amount, total amount here. If you click here, then you will find that on this area the total amount of sales has come using this data. Now I want to know that what is the sales amount made by different salesperson. So I will just click salesperson here. Here you go. So you will find that different salesperson wise total amount of sales made, and this is the total sales for the month. So say Francis has made sale of 342,000, and so by the other salesman. Now you can always select this table. Say I want area wise sales. Just click area and you will find area wise sales, zone number 1, 2, 3 and 4. What is the sales for that particular month? Similarly you can do for city, and you can go for the country, you can go for the product, and it's done. So this is how you can get the data in this table and analyze it based on the various fields available here. Now it may be possible that I need to know the amount of sales made by salesperson in particular area. Then we need to click area, and here you go. You will find that here that in the report it will show that this particular salesman has made sales in these 2 zones for this amount, and this is the total for that particular salesman for that particular month. Similarly for all the salesmen you will find the data, and it will be analyzed in a dynamic way. Now we can also analyze based on the city, salesperson and the city. You will find here that different city name has appeared here now along with the salesperson's name. So these are the various permutation and combination of the rows you can make and analyze the data. Now I will show you one more method of analyzing the data. Say I have salesperson wise, this is the sales, and I want this city not in the rows but I want in the columns. So just drag this city here into this column field here, and here you go. You will find that now the cities are mentioned into the each columns, and this is the total for that particular salesman, and this is the city amount here. So this is how the data has been sliced and diced based on your requirement. So we saw now how to create a pivot table and how to analyze data after creating a pivot table using these different fields. You can use your own permutation and combination of these fields and analyze data and create reports. Now we'll move on to the next topic, that is how to create, design and format this particular table. Say now this table I need to make in a particular format. In this pivot table tools you will find that there are design tab here. Just click on this design tab, then you will find various designs available here. So you select any one of them. Say I have selected this one, and here you go. So this is how you can choose a design for your reports, and reports will be more presentable, and you can make n number of reports based on these pivot tables having different permutations and combinations of the fields. So guys, today we learned how to create pivot table, then how to analyze data using pivot table fields, and how to design pivot tables. So I hope you understood this basic concept of the pivot tables. There are more advanced tools and techniques we need to understand about the pivot tables. I will cover those topics into the next videos. This was the basic understanding about creating a pivot table and using or analyzing the data. More on the pivot tables and slicers and other advanced techniques we will be learning into the coming videos. That's all for today's video. See you in the next video. Till then, goodbye.